Hi, it's Darnell with Wave of Recipes, and today I have some frozen shrimp that have been breaded for deep frying. These are the type of thing I went over to the Costco Business Center, and usually if you were ordering like some fried shrimp at a restaurant, they might use these and give them to you, take them right out the freezer, drop them in the hot grease and fry them up and give them to you, and you never know where they came from. But basically a frozen shrimp breaded up, but they're frozen, and they're supposed to be dropped right in hot grease to fry them up. But we're going to see how it does with the Ninja Foodi XL Pro air fry oven, and we're going to get started with that right now. Alright, so here are our butterfly crunchy shrimp, and basically I'll open them up so you can have a look at them here. As I mentioned, they're fully frozen, so they are raw though. Like you might get some frozen shrimp at Costco, but they're already pre-cooked or something, and they're brown on the breading. These are totally raw. They got the breading on them, and they're ready to go in hot grease to be cooked up from raw. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these 10, because they're 10 on a layer, and put them over here on the air fry basket. And I will say, I have done these before, so I know if you try something like spraying them with cooking spray or something, it's not going to help with getting them brown. You basically just have to go at them just like they are, and basically the frost that's on them is the only thing that might help to brown them at all. But the degree of brownness you'll get, you might not get a whole lot of brownness out of an air fryer. You might get, a little, but not a lot. And spraying like cooking spray, like I said, does not help you at all. Even, in fact, spraying cooking spray kind of hurts getting any real good degree of brownness at all. So you just kind of have to put them in and see how things turn out. And I know how things turn out, but I'll show you how they turn out here. And so I'm going to go ahead and get these put on in. And you just put in just the air fry basket with nothing underneath. You don't need anything underneath. There's not going to be a lot of drippings or anything. Put them on the third rack level up. That's level 3. And going to close up and turn the Ninja Foodi on. And I'm going to go over to the air fry function. And I'm going to set the time to 15 minutes and the temperature to 400. And so, if you use 350, like in a deep fry, you use like 350. And, I could even show you on the instructions on the back. They show you, I don't want to knock all my shrimp around, but they say 350, and you'd only need about 2 to 3 minutes. But that's a deep fryer. This is an air fryer, so the game's a little different here. And so, basically I've got 15 minutes, 400. If you do 350, it's going to take you like, maybe 15 or more minutes, but they're not going to be as brown at all. And like I said, you don't really get a heavy brown to begin with doing these in the air fryer, but I'll show you how they come out. And so I'm going to hit start, and it goes through its quickie preheat. I just let them set in there through that, and I'll bring you back when these are ready to come out. So we're coming into the final seconds of 15 minutes, and I've got my thermopin here that I'll be using to check temperature, but I'm pretty certain all is well and done. So opening up here, you can see how they look, and I stick the thermopin in. They're reading like 160s, 167. So, we didn't run them too hot, but I mean they are well over 145, but it's not like 200 or anything. But you see how they look. They're, kind of got some browning in some places, but not others. If you cook them harder or you cook them longer, then you're going to really cook the meat inside a whole lot more. So this is kind of the trade-off you get with these style of shrimp. Now I'm going to go ahead and start getting them off, and you can see the underside is pretty much a kind of similar story, but you don't get a full hard browning overall. I mean, you've seen plenty of my cooks where I make my own breading, and I, use some little cooking spray and things always come out a nice golden brown. But for these, this is just how it turns out. This one got some browning on the back side in the back there. With these, like I said, if you use the cooking spray, it's not really going to buy you a lot of gain. It might even hurt you a little bit. It doesn't really help to build up the brownness, but you do get fried. It's just kind of like a white fried, mostly. But that's all good with me. And so, usually I don't use any condiments or anything when I do my taste test, but shrimp, I'll use a little cocktail sauce with the shrimp here. And you can leave in a comment what condiments you like with your shrimp, if you like any particular condiment. But let's get camera moved and do a taste test. So here's our finished shrimp. So let's do our taste of one. We'll give a little cocktail sauce and thank the Lord for this shrimp. Okay, the shrimp are moist. They turned out good. Texture-wise, it's just like fried shrimp out of a deep fryer. You wouldn't know the difference from the texture. It's just looking at them, you can tell, hey, they're not as brown as a deep fryer. But, hey, you don't have all the grease from a deep fryer. You have zero grease. So, that's, one good thing there. And it's all your choice, what you want to do. And so now you know what the Ninja Foodi XL Pro air fry oven does. If you've got some flat out raw frozen shrimp that have been breaded to fry, not the stuff that you might get from the store that already has, already has cooked breading on it. And so with all of that said, I will say in the video description you can find things like links to my cookbook and other ways to help this channel. And also you can find a link to the instructions, printable instructions. You can also find other things on my blog at superwaveovenrecipes.com. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and good eating.